Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. So we read Brahma Samhita up to text number 34, and today will be reading text 35 and 36. This Brahma Samhita was written by, everybody knows, composed by Lord Brahma, and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada has given us the translation and the purport. So I will read this verse. Text number 35. Ekopi asau rachaitum jagadanda-kothim yachakti jagadanda-chayayadanta annantarastha paramanu-chayantarastham govindamadi-purusam tamaham bhajami. This is govindamadi-purusam bhajami, tamaham bhajami. Hare Krishna. Mataji, Prabhuji, can you please mute your phone, please? Thank you. Hare Krishna. Eka, one, api, although, aso, he, rachayitum, to create, jagadanda, of universes, koti, millions, yat, whose, shakti, potency, asti, there is, jagadanda chaya, all the universes, yat anta, within whom, andantarasa, which are scattered throughout the universe, paramanu chaya, the atoms, antarastham, situated within, govindam, Govinda, Adi Purusham, the original person, tam, him, aham, I, bhajami, worship. Translation and purport by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. He is an undifferentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor of thereof. In his work of creation of millions of worlds, his potency remains inseparable. All the universes exist in him, and he is present in his fullness in every atom, in every one of the atoms that are scattered throughout the universe at one and the same time. Such is the primeval Lord whom I adore. So here in translation, Govinda, Adi Purush, is described. He says he is undifferentiated entity. And as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor thereof. So there is no difference between potency and the potent. The Lord, Govinda, Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is the potent, and his Shaktis are potencies. So that's how it says that there is no distinction between them. In his work of creation of millions of worlds, so many worlds, universes, he is creating. That was his work. His potency remains inseparable. His potency is always with him. All the universes exist in him, and he is present in his fullness in every one of the atoms that are scattered throughout the universe at one and the same time. Such is the primeval Lord whom I adore. Now I will read the purport. Krishna is the highest of all entities. In him is an entity which is termed chit, spiritual, which is distinct from the principle of limitation. This limited potency is a material potency. By his inconceivable power, he can at will create numberless universes. So we have previously heard about how he is creating these mundane world, spiritual world and mundane world, both he is creating, and how he does. So last time I explained about the spiritual world where creates to create the spiritual world. Krishna expands in his form as Balaram. And Balaram is the one who does the manifestation of the spiritual world. Dham, his paraphernalia, and his clothing, his peacock feather, everything, his flute, his bedding, everything, but Lord Balaram creates. He serves that way. And Radharani is on the female side. She is also has inconceivable power, the same as, because she is not different from Krishna, Govinda. So from her comes all the gopis, all the queens, and all the devis as well. So then there's the Yogamaya Devi. From there she expands as Mahamaya, and that Mahamaya, she's the one who creates the material mundane universes by the potential. And Brahma, like it's Rama Devi, Radharani's expansion, one of this is Rama Devi, and from Rama Devi this potency comes. And Lord Brahma, he is a secondary, is creation. Does create all the mundane universes or their origin to the transformation of his external potency. So this is the external potency. She is the one creates. She is the origin of this material universe, this mundane worlds. Again, his abode is beyond human conception. Now it talks about his abode, Goloka, all the spiritual realm, and Goloka is the topmost in all the Vaikuntha planets. Since all worlds limited, that is material worlds limited, and spiritual chit exists in him, this spiritual world are unlimited. And he resides simultaneously in his fullness and entirety in all the atoms, in all the worlds. So he is residing everywhere, in every atom, in spiritual worlds as well as in material worlds. So it is, and it's in his fullness and entirety. It's very, very important. So then in Srimad Bhagavatam, we have already read in the first canto that describes about how Ashwatthama is releasing the Brahmastra to kill the Parikshit Maharaj in the womb of Mother Uttara. Before he has already released Brahmastra to kill the Pandavas. But by Krishna's mercy, Arjuna has nullified, neutralized the Brahmastra. So then he attacks the last remaining, inheritance of child that is in the womb of Mother Uttara. And here this we are seeing that Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 12. The title is Birth of Emperor Parikshit. In there, so how he appears before the Parikshit Maharaj. So he says, Angustamatram amalam spurat puratamaulinam apivya darshanam shyamam tadit vasasam achyutam. I will read the translation. He, the Lord, was only thumb high, but he was all transcendental. He had a very beautiful, blackish, infallible body, and he wore a dress of lightning yellow and a helmet of blazing gold. Thus he was seen by the child. The second verse, also the 9. Srimaddeva Chaturbahum Tapta Kanchana Kundalam Kratajaksham Gadapanim Atmana Sarvatodisham Paribramanta Ulkavam Brahmayantam Gadamu. The translation of this verse, verse number 9. The Lord was enriched with 4 hands, earrings of molten gold, and his eyes blood red with fury. As he loitered about, his club constantly encircled him like a shooting star. So that's how he became visible to his, this is in a purport, he became visible to his devotee Maharaj Parikshit, even in that awkward position, in the womb of his mother, in a shape just suitable for his vision. So the Lord can become bigger than thousands of universes and can become smaller than an atom at the same time. And so he is very merciful, the Lord. So he appears. So here we just read in the Brahma Samhita that he is everywhere, in every atom of all the universe's material as well as spiritual. And he can be of any size. So this is what, and his fullness. It's not that the smaller form is not fully decorated and fully potent. It's only fully decorated, fully potent. All the potencies are there. Like here we see in the translation that potent and potency are not different. There is no distinction between them. Now I read the purport. This all pervasiveness, that where he is everywhere. This all pervasiveness is only a localized aspect of the majesty of Krishna, the Lord of all. So this majesty is, so this is as his majesty, like it's fully decorated, fully potent, all the majestic form complete. And it's also described that this small form that Parikshit Maharaj saw in the womb, there was no difference between him and this form of Narayan. The same potency, everything's there, fully potent. Okay, though he is all pervasive, yet in his existence everywhere in a medium shape consists his spiritual lordship beyond human conception. He is everywhere, and this is inconceivable that he can be everywhere in every atom and is fully present in with all entirety. Nothing is missing. This argument favors the doctrine of simultaneous, inconceivable distinction and non-distinction, and knocks down the contaminating Mayavad and other allied doctrines. So the purport is finished here. So now I read the next verse. Yad bhava bhavita diyo manuja sathaiva samprapya rupa mahima sanayana bhusa sukte yameva nigama prathite suvanti govindamadi purusam tamaham bhajami. Word to word meaning of the verse. Yat, for whom, bhava, with devotion, bhavita, are imbued, diya, whose hearts, manuja, man. Manuja means came from Manu. Tatha eva, similarly, samprapya, having gained, rupa, beauty, mahima, greatness, asana, thrones, yana, conveyances, bhusa, and ornaments, sukte, by Vedic hymns, yam, whom, eva, certainly, nigama, by the Vedas, prathite, told, praise, stuvanti, offer praise, Govindam, Govinda, Adi Purusham, Tam, the original person, Tam, him, Aham, I, Bhajami, worship. I adore the same Govinda. The translation is, I adore the same Govinda, the primeval Lord, in whose praise men who are imbued with devotion sing the mantra suktas told by the Vedas. By gaining their appropriate beauty, greatness, thrones, conveyances, and ornaments. This is the translation. So their devotees are glorifying everything about the Lord. All the ornaments, His greatness, throne, conveyances, ornaments, everything. The devotee, it says imbued with devotion, who has a devotion, and they glorify this, the Lord Govinda. Now I'll read the purport by Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. In discussing rasa, we met with 5 kinds of devotion or service. The devotees are related with the Lord in 5 rasas, different kinds. Shanta, or unattached, that's the one. Second one is a dasya, or pertaining to reverential, willing service. Third is Sakya or friendship. Fourth is Vatsalya or parental love. And Shringara or juvenile love. We also say Madhurya Rasa. The devotees surcharge with the ideas of the respective service. Serve Krishna eternally and ultimately reach the goal of their respective ideals. So each rasa, they have, the devotees have the different rasas, like we have mentioned in the first paragraph, 5 different rasas. And they serve the Lord respectively, whatever rasas they are. They have the goal to reach for that. And by serving respect in their fully respective service, they are serving it, and that's how they attain their goal, how they want to serve the Lord in the spiritual world. They attain the real nature of their self befitting their respective rasas. By serving, they attain the real nature for that particular rasa. Their glories, conveyances, seats, befitting their sacred service, and transcendental qualities of ornaments enhancing the beauty of the real nature. So, those who are advocates of Shanta Rasa attain the region of Brahma Paramatma, the seat of eternal peace. Those of Dasya Rasa, so this is a Shanta Rasa, they attain this, like a Brahma Jyoti, the Mayavadi also, they are aspiring for that Brahma Jyoti. They perform austerity and by cultivating knowledge, and their goal is to attain this Brahma Paramatma. Hare Krishna. The seat of eternal peace. There is eternal peace. Those of Dasya Rasa, but that's what they have, the eternal peace, but there is no activities, no, what do you call them? Feelings exchange, or and then there is no association like we have the glorification of devotees among themselves and enjoy the service, serving Krishna. So they have no service like that, but they just remain there eternal. There's no, they don't have any anxiety there, but they cannot remain there eternally because soul by nature is active. So they may remain there for a while, but then they come down. In Bhagavatam, there's a verse describes that they rise up to this Brahma platform, but they come down because they have not worshipped the lotus feet of the Lord. So they cannot enter into any relationship and do the service, which is very much relishable. Now the purport, those of Dasya Rasa get to Vaikuntha, the spiritual majestic abode of Sri Narayan. Okay. And those of Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya Ras, juvenile love, attain Golokadham. Because in the Vaikuntha Loka, there is only one reverential service. There's only one rasa, Dasya rasa. And in awe and reverence, the devotees serve the Lord with lovingly. But they don't have so much a close relationship. And now in a Goloka Dham, Krishna is above Vaikuntha. There are unlimited Vaikuntha planets in spiritual sky. And topmost is this Goloka Dham, Krishna Loka. So this there in Krishna's abode, there are all these three rasas. Sakhya rasa is a friendship. So we see how in a Sakhya rasa there are so many friends of Krishna in a Goloka, in a Vrajadham, and they all play with him. And sometimes where they're playing, and Mother Yashoda calls Krishna for come and take a bath and then take your meal, like that. She wants to feed him. So he was playing outside with the boys, and he's all decorated with Raja all over the body, and he's also perspired by playing very enthusiastically with the friends. So he has to bathe, and then he eats his food. So then he starts to go. Krishna starts to go because Mother Yashoda is calling, and she has so much love. She's love personified. Just Vatsalya, Madhurya love. Because just by seeing Krishna and by thinking of Krishna, the milk flows from her breast. So much love she had. So then when she calls Krishna, he is very indebted to go because he responds to the love. So his friend said, well, you have to give us, that was his turn to do the, like they are running, and somebody has to catch one person like that, and then one person who's caught, that person has to catch again another one like that. So now that was his turn. He was defeated, so he has to do that. So then he starts going. So then all the boys say, well, we will not let you play with us now anymore, because you're not doing, now it's your turn to catch any of us, but then now you're going away. So we will not let you play because you're not, whenever your turn is that, then you leave. So that's not proper. So then Krishna, he turns around and goes to the friends. And Krishna, and he fulfills whatever obligation he has. And then he will go. So he is bound by love, both sides. But if he goes home, then his friends will not play with him, and they will not allow him to play with him. So he was scared for that purpose. And sometimes they have the two parties. One party, they divide in two groups. One party is Krishna's and one is Balram's party. And they have match going on, and whichever party is defeated, that party has to carry on their shoulders to the remaining party. So Krishna he also does that. And by carrying on his shoulders, so that this friend, so There is no awe and reverence or anything. Even though he's a son of a king, he's a prince, But then they're all equal, to play equally. We are friends, we are same. So their friend climbs on their shoulder, and they have to run. So Krishna has to run. So then friend doesn't fall up. So he holds the Krishna friends, his devotees, so to speak, and runs. So wonderful. And Vatsalya also, we see how Mother Yashoda calls and she has to go. He goes. One time it happened that the Mother Yashoda was a little busy, so she asked Mother Rohini to bring them, Krishna and Balaram. So Mother Rohini goes and calls him, and so many things. They say, oh, your father is waiting for taking meal, so please come. But they didn't come. Then Rohini comes and says, well, you, Jashoda Mata, you have to go. So Jashoda Mata goes. And she calls, and by her unparalleled love, they come home. And they bathe, and then take their meal with their father, with Nanda Maharaj. So it's very, very, very relishable. And they all perfect, they all very perfectly happy, blissful in their rasas. And then the Madhura ras, Juvananda, they are, it's two kinds. But in Vraja, it's a Parakiya. So in the Goloka, it's Parakiya. And Mathura and Dwarka, it's Swakiya. So there's a Swakiya, is that Krishna exchange, loving exchanges with his married wife. And a Parakiya is unmarried gopis. That's a Parakiya rasa. And Parakiya rasa is more intense. And it's only relished in a Vraja, Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan. And here in the Bhoma Vrindavan also, Krishna displayed all these pastimes. And they was like a Mother Kalasuda. Saturdays, but this Saturday she didn't give the Gopi Gita class. How the gopis are crying for Krishna in a separation because they were in all the rasa dance, and Krishna disappears. So they are all crying in separation. There's so intense love, pouring out as a song and glorifying all this. It's very nice. Mother Kalasuda Mataji describes it very, very wonderfully. Very, very nice nectar. So these are all exchanges. On three exchanges, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhura are in Goloka, Vrindavan, Krishna's abode. And this Swakiya rasa is in the Mathura and Dwarka. They are the queens there in Dwarka. In Mathura, it wasn't according to we are there in Krishna book and Bhagavatam that Mathura, he was not married yet, but that time, because he killed the Kamsa, so Jarasandha, his father, Kamsa's father-in-law, and his two daughters were married to Kamsa, so they became widow. So they go to their father. So then Jarasandha becomes very, very, very angry. And then he just wants to take revenge. He wants to kill Krishna because Krishna killed his son-in-law. So then he gathers an army and he attacks Mathura. So in Mathura, pastimes are simply this defeating this Jarasandha. There's 17 times comes. The first time he was defeated, so he was he felt ashamed, the Jarasandha, and he just wanted to kill himself. But all his allies, they encouraged him. Actually, Balram wanted to kill Jarasandha, but Krishna said, no, leave him. Don't kill him. Because if we kill, then we have to go and find all the demons around the world, and it will take, where can we go and all of this? Let him collect all this together, and they come, and then we can just keep the sitting here in Mathura. So this last time, so every time he let Jarasandha go. But the whole army, everyone is killed. So, and all his allied friends, they also become scared, and they go away. So, but the 18th time, before coming, Jarasandha, he does what he does. Yavana king, whose name is Kala. Why I forgot the name, but anyway, Kalanemi. It wasn't Kalanemi, but I'm sorry, I forgot the name. So he was a son of a Brahman, and then he had some wound that he cannot be killed by any weapons or anything like that. Anyway, he cannot be killed like that. So he was he's not immortal. That's what he was thinking, and he was just killing. He was challenging different kings and like that, and defeating all of them. So then he would become very proud of himself. So, then Jarasandha allies with him. So one time, on one side, that Kala Yavana, that's his name, Kala Yavana, not the Kala Nemi, but Kali Yavana. So he on the one side, and the other side, Jarasandha comes, and so then Krishna didn't want to destroy Mathura. So what he does, he transfers. He has the Dwarka to Vishwakarma built the city in the ocean, the Dwarka. So overnight, he just by Yogamaya's, he ordered Yogamaya, and Yogamaya transfers everyone from Mathura, all the citizens, in their respective residences, and they all feel like they are there always. And then Krishna and Balaram just remains both there in Mathura. And when they come, the Jarasandha and Kali Yavan on the other side, very huge army, both armies. So then they just Krishna and Balaram, they comes out and they just run away. So then that's how he's called. Ranachod, his name is Ranachod, one who leads the battle. Rana means battle, and Chod means he's quitting the battlefield. So he goes, and Krishna and Balaram leads, and then there's one mountain, so they just goes on that. Oh, actually, the first Yavana king, Krishna, and that Yavana king, Kali Yavana. So Kali Yavana follows Krishna because he knew that he has to fight with him, and he want to fight, and he want to win over. So anyway, but finally Krishna takes him to the cave where King Muchukan was resting. This King Muchukan, he helped devatas, demigods, to fight against the demons. And so for a long time he fought and then defeated all the demons. So then Indra, and they asked him, we want to give you some benediction. What would we like? So then he said, well, I'm so tired and I want to just sleep and I don't want anybody to disturb me. So I say, okay. So they gave benediction that whoever wakes you up, you just see by your glance, that person is burned to death. So he was resting there in Muchukan. So the Krishna goes there, enters a cave, and he just hides. And so then it's dark. So Krishna is not hindered by any darkness, and he's everywhere anyway. So then Kaliyavan following comes there, and he saw he's laying there. Ah, okay, so now you're pretending to sleep. So then he kicks him, and that's a Muchukunda. So he kicks him, get up. But then he was so in deep sleep, it takes a little while, then he wakes up. But he cannot focus yet. He's saying, who woke me up? And then as soon as his eyes are open and see him, so Kaliyavan is burned to ashes. So that's how Krishna kills Kaliyavan. And here Jarasandha, he was there, so then he just goes to Krishna and Balaram, both just climb on that mountain. And so then Jarasandha set fire around the mountain. And then just saying that there's no way they can escape. So then he just goes, oh, now they are dead. So then Krishna, from there he jumps. It was, as he discovered, 80 yojana high the mountain was. 80 yojana or 100 yojana, whatever. But it was a very high mountain. So Krishna Balaram jumps from there. Then they go to Dwarka. Anyway, so in Mathura, he was not married. In Dwarka, then he gets Rukmini. He gets a letter from Rukmini Devi. She's a goddess of fortune. So he has to. So then he marries Rukmini Devi, goes there and kidnaps Rukmini, gets married. So that's the Swakya also. And then after that, he married so many, 16, first the 8 princesses, Satyabhama, Mitravinda, Kalindi, and so many of those 8, Jambavati. There are 8 principal queens, and then 16,100 more princesses by defeating the demon king who wanted to sacrifice them like that. So anyway, that's all in the Krishna books, very wonderful. So he had 16,108 queens. And he built 16,108 palaces, fully equipped, very beautiful and opulent. So, and the thing is that he had all these queens, and he was with them simultaneously, each one of them. He was with them. So he expanded himself that much. And every day, he was always with them. Hare Krishna. Very, very wonderful Krishna. It's very difficult to tell them his glories Anyway, now I read the purport again. Okay, Krishna is born above Vaikuntha. They worship Krishna by the suktas depicted in the Vedas with the ingredients and objects befitting their respective rasas. In those regions, the Vedas, under the influence of the spiritual potency, in certain passages speak of the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. In the Vedas, under the influence of the spiritual potency, in certain passages the Vedas speak the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. The liberated souls chant the name, qualities, and pastimes of the Supreme Lord under the guidance of the same spiritual potency. So all the devotees are in spiritual potency when they are chanting and dancing and glorifying the Lord. So this is the end of the purport 36. That's the text number 36. So next time we'll go on to text 37, and I will rest here. But there is one thing that I have about your in the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna is asking about who to worship, the unmanifested or impersonal conception of the absolute truth, or the devotions, to the personal form of the Lord, which is best. So Krishna says, for those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. But those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me, and being devoted to me without deviation, engage in devotional service, and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, O son of Pritha, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. So this is what's little description just as I wanted to share. Hare Krishna. I rest now here. Anybody has any question, comment, correction, comment, whatever.
हरे कृष्णा माता जी, धन्यवाद, प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय. Very very wonderful class माता जी, and very nice stories. Sorry I joined little late today.
That's okay. I didn't see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very nice pastime Mataji about Mushukunda and
Kalyavana
and Jarasandha. It's very wonderful pastimes about Krishna, and that shows that he is the supreme personality of Godhead. Like, he knows that how the Kalyavana is going to die, so he simply runs, and whatever Krishna does is the supreme. So if somebody runs away from the battlefield, they will be considered like a coward or something. But Krishna is glorified by saying run should rise. So it's whatever he does is really amazing.
Yeah, there's one point I also forgot, that the Kalayaman cannot be killed. Even by Krishna, Sudarshan Chakra will not be, because he was benedicted that way. So he was, the other was, Krishna cannot kill him. So this is the only alternative. So because he thinks that because with us or Shastra he cannot be killed, so he's immortal. But then he doesn't know that how he can be killed. So, because of the yes, yeah, so that's why it's really wonderful. Unlimited glory. So if there is no question, no comment, no correction, so then we can end the class, or is there any? Is Anil Prabhu there? Sometimes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisance.
Please accept my obeisance. Pranam.
The only thing was I was interested in knowing more about Chit potency. So Krishna looks like Krishna has Chit potency. I mean, and that is being expanded. I'm not very clear on that part. So if you could give some explanation on that.
Yes, Sat, Chit, and Ananda. Sat is knowledge potency. Like Sat is eternality, existence potency, and Chit is knowledge potency. Completely, he knows. He's a cognizant, fully cognizant. There's nothing that he doesn't know. Everything he knows. But in the pastimes he plays like he doesn't know. Like when Aghasura is there in Vrindavan, and all the boys are going in the mouth of Aghasura. And Krishna, he's thinking, oh, how can I save them? What can he plays like he's bewildered. And he thinks, how can I save them? So then he enters a mouth of Aghasura. And then Aghasura closes his mouth and he expands himself. And so then he chokes and then he dies, Aghasura. So Krishna plays just like a regular person, so it's a Yogamaya potency. He also arranges all these pastimes, different pastimes. So then Krishna himself forgets that he's fully potent, fully cognizant. He also forgets by the Yogamayas. So it's very intricate. So like our body is not eternal. It's asat. Our knowledge, we don't have the knowledge. Chit, we don't have knowledge. We cannot even have. If I am in one room, I cannot know what's going on in another room. What to speak of different places. So this knowledge, we cannot know anything. We achit. And then Nirananda, this body is very filthy, we don't have eternal Ananda. Sometimes we get the flickering Ananda. But this flickering means very, very little bit, very, very small portion. When it doesn't last longer either. Little bit pleasure, but doesn't last. But Krishna is eternally enjoying. So that this Chit potency, cognizance is knowledge, fully knowledgeable. Does this explain?
Yes, Buddhaji. I think I got the idea somewhat. So,
would you like to share your idea?
No, I'm thinking. So, Krishna has various potencies and
unlimited. These
Krishna,
are the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I'm trying to understand. So first he expands as
Balaram.
Balaram. So where does Radharani, at what point Radharani is getting expanded,
Because he wanted to enjoy. He's by himself, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So then, if you are by yourself, one person, if you have nobody with you, then you cannot enjoy. So he is a Satchidananda Vigraha, and he wants to enjoy rasa, different rasa. So he manifests himself as Radharani. There is no difference between Radharani and Krishna. But this is a female form and it's male form. So Prabhupada explains, if you say Krishna, so there is Radha Krishna. And if you say Radha, there is Radha and Krishna, both. They are inseparable. They are always. Sometimes, so then pastimes, like we see in Vrindavan pastime, that they are separated because there's a Parakiya rasa. This is the highest, topmost rasa, and more intense, and more relishable. So to enjoy that rasa, Krishna comes here, comes to the material world. He has so many purposes coming. There's a Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya duskritam dharma sansapanarthaya sambhavam idya. So he does all this. So then for up to age of 12, he was in Vrindavan. So he enjoys with, motherly affection and parental matsalya. Nanda Maharaj and Jashoda Maya. Not only them, but all the gopas and gopis, elderly gopis, they all saw him as their own son, and they love him so much that their own son, they love more to Krishna. So that's what happens like that. And also friends, or there's these friends, they all love Krishna the most. Everybody just loves all them. We see the cows loves Krishna. All the trees loves Krishna. When Krishna goes and they shed flowers and fruits, whatever they have, they offer to Krishna. The Jamuna river, she also, when he goes there, so she just holds lotus flowers in her waves, comes to the Krishna and offers him at the lotus feet of Krishna. So all living entities, the birds, they also come and glorify. And peacock comes and a dance in front of Krishna and entertains. And then the parrots, they are special. They give the message, take the message, and bring the message. So then they just enhance the pastimes. And Vrinda Devi, she is the one who is called, she is a Lila Shakti of Krishna. And Purnamasi is a Yoga Maya Shakti. So then they arrange Yoga Maya and Lila Shakti, both arranges all the pastimes, different pastimes. So sometimes Krishna himself wonders. He becomes so amazed by seeing this, how this is working. But he enjoys all these different pastimes. So he knows everything, but still he plays like that. How this happened? Like Mother Yashoda wants to bind him because he broke the butter pot. So first he runs, and this Mother Yashoda chases him, runs after him. He runs so much, she becomes tired. All the flowers from her hair falls down. She's perspiring and is very tired. But still, then Sukadeva Goswami describes it. And then Mother Yashoda became more serious and caught Damodar, Krishna. Krishna could have not caught, but Krishna wanted to be caught. So then, after he caught, then he's just crying and rubbing his eyes. And there's eye, like we call kajal in eye. So when he rubs, the tears comes out, and this kajal also washed up, and on his face is a kajal there. So it's like, so Krishna, he just acts like us, but he is not us, like us. So it's so much, and all his energies help him in all the pastimes. We are also helping him in some way, but we don't know how we are so helping. And we will be, as we go there, we'll be also helping him, serving him so many different ways. We all have some particular rasas with him, but we don't know yet. But when we go there, when we become purified and go there, then we will know what is our, what kind of dress we wear, what kind of service we do, what kind of associates with we are serving Krishna, and how we are giving pleasure to Krishna and Radharani. So everything will be revealed there. Like Lord Brahma, he was revealed that he is a maid servant. That's all he knows. But no name, no clothing, no his seva or anything was not revealed. But this is what this much was revealed to him, that he is a maid servant. So all our Gaudiya Vaishnavas, their goal is to be made servant of serve Radha Krishna. Hare Krishna. This is what it is.
Thank you, Mataji. So one question that comes to my mind was, so we are in the service mode, but at the same time, this verses, it was mentioned that those who are in the service mode, they go to Vaikuntha Loka. And I thought that was what I read.
Yes. That's
so
service.
Not the...
Go ahead.
So those who are in the service rasa, I mean, I think that's what I vaguely remember. So they are not, so to me it looks like the service rasa is there on both Gaurlaka Vrindavan as well as in Vaikuntha Loka. Am I correct? Or,
yes, service there, everywhere. In a Goloka, in the Vaikuntha planets, in Dwarka, in Mathura, in Vrindavan. The service is there. See, the five rasas, the Shanta rasa doesn't not have much, so there is no service. When Shanta rasa person, Bhakta, does the service, so then that devotee enters in a Dasya rasa. And he just wants to serve like that, with awe and reverence. That is the difference. That's in Vaikuntha planets. And also in Mathura and Dwarka, awe and reverence. Right. But in Goloka Vrindavan, they're all different rasas. All the rasas are there. Like, we see that some are in like a stone, and they are all Shanta rasa. Stone, some other things like that. But then they serve. How when Krishna comes and sits on it, and things like that. Like I have so many devotees have gone to Vrindavan and also gone on parikrama. So there's there's a charan pahari. Charan pahari. Charan means feet, lotus feet, and pahari means a heel. There's a heel, and there the Krishna's, when Krishna is there and he plays on the flute, so then everybody becomes so happy that the stone melts. He's on this heel, the stone, the footprints of Krishna are there. And the Govardhan also he does it. There's so many places. There's Krishna's flute, Krishna's footprint, and some places also there's Radharani's veil fall down. So that is also this print. So it's all spiritual. It's very, I don't have spiritual mind that I can think of spirituality like that. But it is inconceivable to our present situation. But we accept from the source. And when I went to Vrindavan Parikrama, then I saw different things. And there's Vanshivata, where Krishna, underneath the Vanshivata, he stands there and he blew with his flute, he calls the gopis, and they have the dance there. So in that area, the trees, trunk, if you hold your ear, you can hear the mridanga playing. And some also hear the flute sound. It depends on the purity of heart. So it's there. I didn't hear the flute. Kalasudha Mataji, she heard the flute, sound of flute, and mridanga, both. I only heard mridanga. So it's all transcendental abode. It's in Chinmaya. It's fully spiritual. We say it's in India, but then it's from the Goloka. It's the same. Goloka Vrindavan has come there. So it's completely spiritual. So it is kind of little, it's inconceivable. Krishna is inconceivable. So his abode is inconceivable. Anything about him is inconceivable. The pastimes are also, he plays like a human child, he also cries. And when he sees something that he becomes scared, and he runs to Mother Yashoda and just climbs on her lap. So that's how it is. All the pastimes are like we have here. We have like you are a father, you have a son, you have a wife, you have parents, you have sisters, you have brothers, you have uncles, aunts. All the relationships are here. That's perverted reflection from there. That's the original there. They have all the relations there. But Vaikuntha, there is no relations like this. Vaikuntha planets. It's only servant and master. Does it make sense? Can you?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Mataji. So, yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dana Pranam. It's a very, very nice class. Really like all of you senior devotee come and give the class and reveal so many things. Actually, it's very, very good for me. It's very inspiring for me, Mataji.
Mataji, will you be pleasing, sharing, please?
No, I don't have anything to share, Mataji.
Her name? Your Guru Maharaj name?
My Guru Maharaj is Devtaka Swami Maharaj, Mataji.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's how he is doing. Keep on serving, giving out, so like, Mayapur, Navadip Mandal Parikrama, also he comes there in Parikrama and gives nice class. In the temple also he gives, even though with all this, he has bodily things. If I have like that body, I wouldn't be doing anything. But he's being fully active.
Yes, serving. Yes,
so what your Guru Maharaj gave you the name? Anjana Gopika Mataji?
Yes, Anjana Gopika Mataji. Yeah,
Very nice. And you are doing very nice service also.
No,
This very wonderful service.
Mataji, just Samagori Mataji, I was there, and that's why I greet. by your mercy, I was there in the call, and then I gave the devotees. That's why she was worried.
Thank you so much, Mataji. You did wonderful job.
Thank you.
Mataji, just I hear Mataji also shared that you were telling the from Brahma Samhita every atom Krishna is there. Just I was thinking one comment. There is here Mataji also was sharing. One time Gaur Gopal Prabhu was kicking something, basket or something, and His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj was telling, why you kick bucket? Every atom there is Krishna. We should not kick like that. And that's why I was just, when you were telling that class, I was remembering that point, Mataji.
Yes.
Wanted to share. Yeah.
Sometimes my grandson, he used to do, push something with his feet. I said, no, that's not good, You shouldn't do that. Krishna's there too. So he's everywhere. So he's in there too. So just take it with your hand and put it away like that. So it's very good. Basically, this thing is sometimes the teaching we can do them, but then sometimes I also do it by unconsciously, just do it. So we have to be conscious. That's what the Krishna consciousness means. Always think of, be conscious of Krishna, that he is in every atom. What to think of one basket or one table or one something like that. He's in every atom. Fully potent. With all attributes.
I also so wondering, Mataji, you and Kalasudha Mataji you heard the Mirdanga in Vrindavan. It's like for me imagination, devotee heard like that. It's like listening all of you, your realization is very wonderful, Mataji. For me, it's like imagination for me. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. Kalasudha Mataji, she's out of this world, She's not here. She's wonderful. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. I am very glad to hear you.
Thank you, Mataji, for sharing the pastimes. I did not even know that you can hear the mridanga and flute in Vrindavan.
Well, in temple and everywhere there's mridanga playing. But in the tree trunks, you just hold your ears and, you have constant and then you hear. They are all kalpa vriksha. Like we Chintamani Prakarasadmasu Kalpa Vriksha Lakshavriteshu. So all the trees are Kalpa Vriksha there. So they are giving us the nectar. So we shouldn't consider that this tree or this tree that's in the material world. No, they are all in Vraja, in Vrindavan, Vraja, Bhumi. It's all spiritual, everything spiritual. That's why it's also mentioned that you just roll in the dust of Vrindavan and you get the love of God. If you don't do anything else, but just roll in the dust of Vrindavan, you get the love of Krishna. Because the love of Krishna is everywhere. All this Achintya is fully potent with love. But we should be humble enough to accept the scripture and have faith in it. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita also, Krishna's Kaviraj describes so many nice pastimes. And he said, one who hears or reads these pastimes or recites these pastimes with faith and with pure mind means no speculation or no criticism or anything, just hears, and that person gets Lord Chaitanya's charan, lotus feet. They get the place at the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. So it's very wonderful, It's all spiritual. It's when we say it becomes spiritual, it's very inconceivable, everything. And sometimes I also don't know what I'm going to say. But then in Krishna, Guru, Vaishnavas, Acharyas, they reveal. Then it comes out. It's not my own. Whatever I'm saying, I don't know anything. But it does. So it's very nice, wonderful spiritual thing. It's very, very, that's what is called Satchidananda. It gives you pleasure. Sometimes one time I was giving class in New Jersey in a congregation, and also in a temple I gave one time class. So they asked question, and then the answer I gave, I was amazed how I can give this answer. And say, it's not me. That's what I know. I'm sure that's not me. If I'm just depending on the Guru and Vaishnavas, Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda, they are the one who is revealing to us. I'm also hearing what I'm saying. So it's a very wonderful, wonderful experience. Hare Krishna. By the mercy of all of you, all the devotees, there's nothing. Otherwise, if I say my own, I have nothing. Hare Krishna. We can end the class now, or there is somebody else has some comment?
Yes, Mataji. Nobody has comments. Then we can...
No question, no comment, no correction either?
No correction, Mataji.
Okay. Thank you. So we can end the class now?
Yes, Mataji.
Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Ananta Koti Vaishnavendra ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Brahma Samhita ki jai. Hare Krishna.